Good everyone, I'm today's video. Today we have a discussion topic once again, and today this is going to be about the burnout of War Thunder. And this doesn't mean that I'm pointing out the game in a bad way just before anyone starts. This is just something that I've been observing for a while now, and it's honestly starting to concern not just me but other players in my community, and even some other communities I've noticed have also brought up this topic. So we're going to take a look at all the different events that War Thunder has obviously done. Obviously, I do have a bunch of notes there. You can read those. But we're just going to go through and see why I think War Thunder needs to slow down a bit with the events. So I'm starting us off with Battle Pass Season 1, which started on the 1st of December 2020 and ended somewhere around the 20th of Feb, if memory serves me correctly, which it probably doesn't. And not long before that, we had the Defender of the Fatherland event. Rare Soviet vehicles, memorable decals. I mean, it's not really an event, so to speak, but it is still something that you have to grind. Same with International Women's Day. This is another thing that you have to grind. St. Patrick's Day, if obviously you celebrate that, that's another thing that can obviously be done. You then have the Pve Game Mode. And by this point, you're into Battle Pass Season 2, which obviously had the ITP. Season 1 had the F2G, which was a very good plane, to put it simply. Same with the ITP. But then 1st of April was Warfare 2077, which I'm sure a lot of people liked this event. I didn't play this one. I played Tailspin and absolutely loved it. It was a lot of fun, to say the least. But the thing is that even though all of these events are optional, by the way, you don't have to do these. But I'm taking into consideration someone who may want to grind or at least play all of these events. So just bear that in mind, it's a lot to take in. So then we go to Future Technology, which is one of the infamous crafting events. I believe this had I can't remember what tank that is. Is it the XM8 or something? We then had the German F4F, a boat, and then the Su-76D. That was the 1st of April. And whilst we are looking at something that, like, this event wasn't that bad, but obviously, well, for me at least, because I only wanted this Su-76D, which I did end up getting. But it's a long grind, these crafting events. They're not simple, and they take a lot of effort just to get something like the F4F or the XM8 or whatever it's called. And remember, I'm on about decals for the most part, and here's another one that's decals and things like that. The 60th year anniversary, the first man flight into space. I believe there was a decal for a MiG-15 you could get. But then you've got tournaments coming, you've got testing to do PvE, and obviously by the time this came out, we're into Season 3 of the Battle Pass, which, again, the Battle Pass is a very long grind for those that want to do it, of course. And it just keeps going on and on. But of course, the main criticism that I have here is the Summer Landing event, when that dropped. This dropped on the 30th of July, and Battle Pass Season 4 started on the 28th of July. So not only did you have to grind the event, which had the Vielmersky, the Buccaneer, that Buzzard boat, or whatever it's called, I can't remember what the name was. You had the Kachi, you had the BMD-4, and of course you had the Battle Pass to grind as well. It was a lot of grinding for those that were committed to it. And remember, those who are going to go in the comments and say, oh, you don't have to grind these, yeah, you're completely correct. But remember, I am assuming that the average person may want to get at least half of these done. And of course focus on the main events like the crafting events and the Summer Landing event. And of course by the time we go up to here with the Russian Airborne Forces Day, we are already pushing towards, in fact I think we are past the point of Battle Pass Season 4 starting. Now obviously these decal grinds aren't really that bad. That's not a problem. The main problem is an event like this. Export Order. I believe this dropped towards the end of Season 4. And my god, this was a rough one. And I'll be brutally honest about that. Like, I know I only grinded the Panzer Bill, which you can see there, but at the end of the day, it was still a long grind just to get that thing. And fair enough, it was spammed to ever-living hell. But for those that wanted the boat, the HMS... It was HMS something, I can't remember. But then if you wanted something like this PT-1-6 T14 or whatever it's called, it's a really weird name, you had to grind a shitload. And same for the person who grinded for the F5... Was it the A? I can't remember. But when that came out, Battle Pass Season 4 was towards its end. Everyone was sick and tired of the events already and just wanted a break. But of course, export order dropped, and then people had to grind even more. Then, of course, recently, we haven't had many events, but of course, we've had Battle Pass Season 5, which has only started a few days ago. And of course, we have the Halloween event, which is currently going on. And all this is packed in to 1 year. Now, of course, I don't mind there being events in a game. That's the whole point of having events. But what you have to remember is a lot of players are going to start to feel a bit burnt out. And I'm not being funny, right? After 5 battle passes, I'm starting to reach my limit. After all these events, I'm starting to reach my limit. And I'm sure a lot of other players are as well. Now, of course, Battle Pass Season 5, a lot of players have obviously had criticism for that. It's not a good Battle Pass, I will say that right now, but I am going to grind it myself. And all I will say is, those of you who are taking a break, fucking treasure it, is all I'm saying, because I don't think you're going to be getting much of a break anymore. Because I tell you right now, Gaijin will learn from this, and they will make the next season better. I am pretty certain of that. If they don't, they are making a big mistake with the Battle Pass. But what we have to remember is we don't just have these events to worry about as well. There's an upcoming winter event. I'm not sure when that will drop. I would probably say late November, early December, normally around that time. But it is still something to consider, because at the end of the day, they will have vehicles prepared for that, and they will have an event plan which is going to be very similar to Summer Landing. And given that Battle Pass Season 5, I think, runs right towards the end of December, well, near to the start of December, I should say, it is going to be a shitload of grinding. And at this point, I'm starting to reach my limit, and that's why I wanted to bring this up in a video, so then we can all have a discussion about it in both the comments and just in general, because I really do think that Gaijin really needs to just slow it down a bit. A lot of players are getting burnt out. A lot of players are taking breaks, which you can perfectly understand that. And what you have to remember is the fact that obviously not everyone is going to grind the decals, play the PvE, grind the Summer Landing, grind the crafting events, etc. But that's not the point. The point is that the players that do them don't get a break. And that's not good. Because at the end of the day, they're committing a lot of time to this. This event here took quite a long time just to get the Jet or the XM8. Export order was the same deal. And for those that grinded out the what is it? I think it's a Leopard prototype. I can't remember. I mean, it looks like a Leopard 2. I don't fucking know. I don't pay attention to most of these events with the top tier stuff, so if I get anything wrong, I do apologise. I just don't pay attention to them. But for those that are grinding not only these kind of events, but also the summer and winter events, and the decals, and of course participating in tournaments, it is a lot to ask from the player base. So, I'm throwing my hat in the ring here, and saying that Gaijin needs to take at least a 2-month break, maybe even 3 months, from events. Keep the Battle Pass going. I don't mind that. I might even step out of next one. It depends on how much I get done in Season 5. But I tell you right now, this is getting out of hand, and the players need a break. I'm saying that because a lot of players in my community are saying about the burnout and how they're feeling burnt out of this game. And to be brutally honest, I'm starting to feel it as well. And you've got to remember, I've been playing 6.5 years. I know what the burnout can feel like, and well, I'm starting to feel it again. And trust me, it's not good. Because when you've put so much time into one game, it does take its toll. And at the end of the day, you also grow a bond to the game, so to speak. I know we all love and hate War Thunder. We have like a mixed relationship with War Thunder. But at the end of the day, there isn't really another game like this. And given how many events are going on, a lot of players don't really want to take a break from one of their favourite games. At least from what I've seen. But what you have to remember is that some players only really play this game. And if they're feeling burnt out and they don't want to play it anymore, that's a problem for them. But I'll leave it there for today. I think we've discussed this in good detail. Let me know what you think of the burnout discussion in the comments below. And just let me know, really, like, do you think War Thunder should slow down with events? Does there need to be a break? Does there need to be some kind of, like, for those that have obviously grinded a lot, maybe there should be like some free reward or something, like just something to reward the player base for those that committed and grinded this much in such a short space of time. Now, I know we've had lockdown and obviously we've had COVID-19 and stuff like that, but that is no excuse to just completely burn out the player base with event after event after event. Things need to change, and things need to change now. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed today's discussion video. Next discussion video will probably be... good question, because I've got the War Bonds one, which you'll see soon. And I don't know yet. There might be another discussion video in the future. I don't know, but we'll have to see. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Have a good one. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you all later.